Welcome one, welcome all. It's time for another exciting edition of your favorite English extravaganza. It's the show with no name, and right now it's time for
T minus 10,
liftoff.
9,
Come
8,
on,
7, 6,
let's blast
5,
off together,
4,
amigos.
3, 2, 1, 0.
The sky's the limit, como
Ignition.
decimos.
Lift off. Lift off.
Let's go.
30 minutes after the hour.
Get ready. Hold on to your hats. Strap on your seatbelt. Fasten your seatbelts. Hold on to your
And
hats.
get ready for the ride of your life.
The show with no name time.
On Vaughn Radio.
It's the show with no
Come on. Let's go. Go. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Welcome to our show with no namers, the students who make this program possible. Well, it's interactive, so you have to do your part, folks. I'll do my part, the teaching. Although sometimes we switch roles too. We swap. Se puede decir. Cambiar. Oh yeah, sometimes you guys are teaching me things. That's the beauty of it. Many times. So folks, welcome to a place where even the teacher is ready to learn along with you. And there isn't a day that goes by where I don't learn something too. And when I say something, it's probably a couple different things. Things I didn't know before, whether that's in Spanish or whether it has something to do more with, a fun fact. Una curiosidad, right? So welcome, folks. We're going to explore on today's English adventure. As always, we'll learn English from music, from movies, pop culture, a little bit of humor in there as well. You call it magazine, we call it a variety show. That's right, it is a variety show. And speaking of shows, guys, you can check me out. I'll share the link with you here. It's Déjate de Historias TV. And there's an interview I did with them recently, friends of mine, on their channel on TTT, the digital channel. So if you search, again, I'll share the link, but if you'd like to check it out, search for Déjate de Historias TV, and you can go through their videos on YouTube or wherever you find them, and you'll be able to find an interview I did with them. I visited my friend Maria Jose's show, and we talked about the implications of AI in language learning, among other things. A very interesting conversation. And there were several people there. So I learned, again, I was teaching some things and I was also learning some things. And I think that is the magic of life. Sometimes you're a teacher, sometimes you're a student. And that's great because let's be honest, is it really fun to know everything? I mean, first, nobody does because it's impossible, right? That is virtually impossible. But then what? You're done learning. Okay, well, I got it all under control, folks. I've learned everything I need to know. Wow. So that's it. The evolution stops there. So keep learning, keep that curiosity going. The same thing I tell my daughter every day, I tell you guys. And again, you all have something in common. All of you are my students. And one way that my daughter learns as well is by listening to music, by listening to podcasts she doesn't really listen to, but sometimes the radio or audio books as well, bedtime stories that we listen to as well. So listening is really, really important. And not just listening, but also comprehension, understanding what you've heard. And that's why we created the section called the Say What Soundbite. Say what? Yes, yes. Your Say What soundbite. Now, I'm going to tell you something. This is a clip from one of my favorite scenes in one of my favorite movies. I know I say that a lot. Well, I love movies. Not now. The old school ones. These days, no comment. I taught my daughter that one this weekend. No comment. I go, sometimes it's better to say nothing. And she goes, because she said, what does that mean, Dad? No comment. I'm like, that means I prefer to stay silent. I'm not going to give my opinion here. No comment. You say sin comentarios, right? We say no comment in English. So this is one of my favorite scenes from one of my favorite movies. And it's, now, let me warn you before, if the kids are listening, earmuffs, okay? There's going to be some vulgarity, it's quite vulgar, in fact. Okay? So warning, you've been warned. Cover the kids' ears now. Also, folks, if you'd like to participate in our question of the week, which Turani, great job, Turani did it over the weekend, and she really poured her heart out to us. Se expuso, nos dio todos sus sentimientos. So thank you, Turani, A, for doing such a great job, and B, for being, so open and sincere with us. And it's a really deep question this week, in fact, and I think it's going to be actually even therapeutic for all of us. And the question is, what has been the toughest phase in your life thus far, hasta ahora? Se escribe T-H-U-S, thus. Thus far, hasta ahora, so far. You can say so far or thus far if you want to sound more formal. But what has been the toughest phase, and how did you deal with it? Or how are you dealing with it if you're going through that now? Okay? Tough es otra forma de decir difícil. So phase, you can call it a stage as well. Una etapa, una fase. So what has been so far, thus far, the toughest phase in your life? If you'd like to participate and practice your speaking with us every week, we do the question of the week on Thursdays. Right now, we've moved it to Thursdays. So make sure you send it to me before the end of the day on Wednesday. You can record a 1-minute audio. You can record it right on your phone, and you can send it to this email address. Jot it down. It's aalonso@grupovon.com. Again, it's alonso@grupovon.com. And again, there you'll be able to send me not just your participations from our question of the week, but also like Laura, like Chris, like Elena, like many students. Well, you can send me ideas for content as well, of course. Yo creo que lo llaman hoy en día user-generated content. Yeah, it means that everybody participates. And if you have an idea and it's a worthy idea, well, we'll hear it here on the show. In fact, Laura sent me some recently. So we'll be taking a look at Laura's homophones and double troubles that she has, not only, because one thing is, you have to learn it yourself in order to share it with everyone else. So firstly, they share it with me, which is great because that's Laura or whoever, Elena, writing it down again. O sea, ya lo has apuntado otra vez en mandármelo a mí. So you're definitely going to remember it now. And then, of course, the best part is we're sharing it. We share something that you learned with your fellow students. Again, user-generated content. It's like, branded content. Okay, there are these words that you hear all the time, and you're just like, enough. Okay, calm down now. All right, folks. So as I said, this is going to be vulgar. So it's not for the faint of heart or the easily offended, because the F word features in here a couple times. Okay, so here it is for the first time. As always, give me your take, tu opinión. What did you hear? If you were only going to hear it once, how would you sum up what you just heard? And hopefully, before the end of the show, somebody will be able to jot it down word for vulgar word. All right, here we go. Here's your Say What soundbite for the first time.
So what are you going to tell us, tough guy? I said, my usual, zero, nothing. I tell you, the fuck. He said, no, you're going to tell me something today, tough guy. I said, all right, I'll tell you something. Go fuck your mother. Bing, pow, boom.
Alberto, estoy leyendo un cómic y me estoy dando cuenta de que todas las onomatopeyas que salen son verbos en inglés.
Of course, man. We love making it easy.
Por ejemplo, aquí pone chomp y está un animal masticando.
Sure, to chomp.
Es mascar, ¿no?
Sí, mascar. Y lo haces con tus piños. Your chompers.
Ah, chompers es los piños grandotes, ¿no? Vale, y to click, por ejemplo.
To click. Well, to click is what you do on a computer. You click. Pinchar.
Perfecto, pinchas con el ratón. Claro, tiene sentido. To gulp.
Well, before I was gulping my soda. Gulp, 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 gulp.
Claro, estás tragando como un pato.
Eso es, no es lo mismo que sip. Sorber.
Bien. To thump.
Thump. Don't thump your fist on the table. No des un pum, pum en la mesa.
De hecho, el conejito de Bambi se llamaba Thumper.
Eso es, todo tiene sentido en inglés.
Claro que sí, por eso hemos hecho el tercer libro de This Book is the Milk, que se llama This Book is the Shit. Este libro es la leche. Por Alberto Alonso
y Damián Moya.
Así da gusto aprender. Y lo sabes.
And you know it. That's right, folks. You can pick up This Book is the Shit at any of your favorite bookshops, including Vaughn Tienda. Remember, you can also stop by our website. It's grupovaughn.com. We're also on all the different social media platforms. So if you guys use LinkedIn or Facebook or X, formerly known as Twitter, well, then just search for Grupo Vaughn and you'll find us. We're on YouTube as well, which is great because you've got tons of hours of video for free that'll help you learn different concepts in English. Plus, you've got the Vaughn Radio app, which if you've got the Vaughn Radio app, then you can listen to Vaughn Radio 24/7, 365. Well, hey, the more you listen, the faster you will improve your comprehension. And then, since you guys are students who are in the know, enterados. I always used to mix that up with enterrados, right? Like buried. Well, then you know that you can also make the most of these shows and not just listen, but also practice speaking by saying things along with us. The same way I'm always urging you, if you're going to read an article, if you're going to read a book, if you're going to read a short story, if you're going to read War and Peace, make sure you read it in English, obviously. And what am I going to say? Aloud, in voz alta. This way, you're not just practicing reading and enriching your vocabulary, but you're not practicing in your head. You're practicing in a practical way. And believe it or not, no matter how high your level is, sometimes it's hard to sound intelligent when you're reading. I can tell you that because I remember when I moved to Spain, probably over 20 years ago now, I knew Spanish pretty well. I mean, you could say, a pretty native level of Spanish. But I remember, reading books and reading articles. And the moment I read them aloud, I was like, oh my God, I sound like I'm a third grader. Como si estuviera en el curso tres. I'm like, el niño, like my daughter now who's learning. And then I realized, well, it's easier said than done, this reading aloud thing. But it is a really amazing technique. And this way, also, you choose something you like. I mean, that's what I always tell people. Why are you going to start with something you don't like? Okay, I'm going to read an English article. Okay, well, what do you like? You like aviation? Well, read it on aviation. Read it on current trends in the market if you're into financial things, right? That's up to you. But the point is, the more you're interested in the material, the more you're going to want to comprehend it, right? And then, well, empezamos por ahí, right? I think of Mary Poppins. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. Start with a spoonful of sugar. You can always learn, read about things that aren't. But if you can read something you enjoy, you're going to want to read it, whether it's in English and Spanish or Chinese, right? So that's the point. Stick with material, with subjects you like. And thankfully, one of the positive things about the internet and social media, if you like jokes, you can literally get hundreds of jokes every day in your timeline by following the right accounts on social media. See what I mean? So whatever you're interested in, you can bring it to you. You don't have to go to it. You see what I'm saying? That's the whole idea behind, following a YouTube page or subscribing to a podcast. This way, you don't have to go looking for it. You open up your inbox. Mira, nuevo capítulo de mi serie favorito, mi podcast favorito. So, that's an important thing too, that making sure that you guys have the right material that's going to interest you coming into your inbox or your timeline or, wherever you're subscribing. All right. So, folks, just some tips. As you know, I always tell you, I think I'll say that till I'm blue in the face, como vimos la semana pasada, hasta más no poder. It's so important. It is indispensable to speak aloud. That said, I expect to hear from each and every one of you in this week's question of the week. Remember, we moved it to Thursdays. So, but I give you the whole weekend, so no excuses there, as Fitz's program is called. All right, let's do another challenge. It's time for today's pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Come on, pop quiz. Pop quiz. Let's go. Yeah. Let's go. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz.
Expression: to put someone through. On the phone, a very natural expression is to put someone through. For example, I'll put you through to the finance department. Or, let me put you through to my manager. It sounds polite, professional, and very natural. Understanding this helps professionals prepare better and feel more confident. Exactly what we work on in the Executive Master.
All right, my amigos, if you'd like more information about our Executive Master, Disney Von English, one-to-one classes, online courses, whatever it may be, please do not hesitate to reach out. Contacta. Reach out to us. You can reach out via the website where you hit contact us. You can also reach out on any of our social media channels and somebody will get back to you. All right, folks. Well, today, what are we going to look at? Well, we're going to look at something from one of my books. That's right, folks. And this is from This Book is the Shit. Now, what is going on with this make and do thing? Why is make and do so confused? You don't know how many people say, we made business. And you know what I say when they say we made business? Yeah. We did business. Yes, to do business. A sentence I always remind my students of is, if you want to make money, you need to do business. But I know why it's confusing. Why? Because in Spanish, you have one verb, hacer. In English, we have two. And what's the difference? Well, in theory, and life isn't a theory, life is reality. But in theory, if you fabricate it, then that's make. And if it's something you carry out, llevar a cabo como una tarea, then that's do. But guess what? Just like everything in English, there are tons of exceptions. So what I always recommend is that you learn it the same way you learn any phrase, ¿no? Una frase hecha, lo aprendes como, we're going to do business. Pues que no te suene bien cuando oigas make business. Y esto viene de practicar do business. So we're going to listen to a little audio clip right now, and we're going to have some challenges afterwards with make and do. So pay attention. So, en cuanto recuperemos la clase, haremos las paces. As soon as we make up, we'll make. Oh, no, I got it the wrong way around. As soon as we make up the class, we'll make up. See, it's good. It's a good thing I go through the script here because I just corrected that there. So, en cuanto recuperemos la clase, haremos las paces. As soon as we make up the class, we'll make up. As soon as, en cuanto. As soon as we make up the class, we'll make up. O, como hemos dicho, to kiss. No kiss, kiss. We'll kiss and make up. All right, this one's easy. Come on, I think I've said this one 3 or 4 times here. Yo creo que se lo está inventando. I think he's making it up. Can you turn that into a question for me? I think he's making it up. ¿Crees que se lo está inventando? Do you think he's making it up? Do you think he's making it up? ¿Crees que se lo está inventando? All right, good job. Estás haciendo una montaña de un grano de arena. You're making a big deal out of it. We looked at. Do you remember the expression? You're making a mountain out of a molehill. You're making a mountain, no mountain, mountain, or mountain. You're making a mountain out of a molehill. All right, the next one. Esta no la vimos. Él hizo el ridículo y ahora tendrá que arreglárselas, apañárselas. Esa sí que la hemos visto, la segunda parte. So, hizo el ridículo, el tonto. He made a fool of himself. He made a fool of himself. And now he'll have to make do. Tendrá que arreglárselas, to make do. All right, 2 more, folks. How you doing? Are you doing a good job? All right, well. All right. ¿Qué si no te lo compensa? No recuperará el tiempo perdido. ¿Ok? ¿Qué si no te lo compensa o amienda? No recuperará el tiempo perdido. Okay, so what if he doesn't make it up to you? Right? Remember we said to make it up to someone is you wronged them and you want to make it up to them. So what if he doesn't make it up to you? Pregunta negativa. It won't make up for lost time. Y esa es otra que no hemos visto. Bueno, hemos visto recuperar, pero la expresión es to make up for lost time. As we said, to make up a class. O sea, quédate con make up. It means everything here. All right, and the last one. And this one I didn't tell you either, but we're going to see if you know it. And if not, I'll give you a song to know it. All right. Él hizo sus deberes y por eso triunfó. Él hizo sus deberes y por eso triunfó. He did his homework, and that's why he made it. Yeah, to make it, it's another one we didn't look at, is tener éxito. You know it from a song. If I can make it there, I'll make it. Ooh, ah, anywhere, it's up to you. Frank Sinatra. Great job, everybody. All right, there we go, folks. A little make and a little do. Now that is, I'm telling you, that is something where you find mistakes time after time. But don't worry, because we're going to clear them up today on the show. After this quick commercial break, the great news, I see we've got tons of students eager, students who are participating and are ready to make the most of, aprovechar al máximo, to make the most of their English class, their daily English class. Well, remember, this is just one of your daily English classes, because right before this class, you can learn with my buddy Fitz in No Excuses. And after, you've got Ale and her program, Speaking with Confidence. Remember to download the free Vaughn Radio app, and you can listen to all your favorite programs. And you can also find them on your favorite podcast platform. All right, folks, we'll be right back with much more Show with No Name. So if I were you guys, I wouldn't even think of going anywhere. Stick around. Yes. Welcome back, folks. Welcome back. This is the second part of today's show with no name here on Vaughn Radio. Thank you so much for learning and laughing with us every day. You've got amazing shows all day long. I just said you've got Fitz, you've got Ale, you got Rob Graham's first thing in the morning with the Probo show, and then you got him again at lunchtime in, you guessed it, the Lunchtime Show. You've also got Speak English with Ruby. You've got Let's Get Random with Jules Linares. Don't forget about Dave Boys and the Salad. Followed by Drive Time with Kyle Miller. And after that, Frankly Speaking with Chris Frank. You've got the Hour to Empower with Jessica Fernandez. And you can learn along with the greatest English teacher in Spain, perhaps in the world. I'm talking about my friend, my mentor, you guessed it, Richard Vaughn. And the best part, for free, folks. Well, you need an internet connection. There's always some kind of price, right? But I think everybody's got that nowadays, at least where in Spain. Maybe we have listeners. That would be incredible. Imagine we have listeners in some like remote tribe, en una tribu, en medio de la nada, in the middle of nowhere. That would be freaking awesome. They're like, well, we don't believe in modern things, but we want to learn English. You never know. I have gotten some amazing messages throughout the years. Greetings from Vietnam, greetings from Dubai, greetings from, places that I haven't been to. I'm lying. I've been to Dubai, but just the airport. So does that count? But it's amazing, really. All over Latin America, Latino America. A shout out to all of our listeners from there. It's amazing, really. So many people all across the globe who come together, great people at that, who come together to learn English every day here with us on Vaughn Radio. All right, folks. Well, we've got so much to do. So let's kick things off with our Say What soundbite. I'm going to give it to you for the second time. Again, trigger warning here. Okay, de provocación, a trigger warning here. It's very vulgar. All right. So if you get offended by vulgarity, cover your ears now.
So what are you going to tell us, tough guy? I said, my usual, zero, nothing. I tell you, the fuck. He said, no, you're going to tell me something today, tough guy. I said, all right, I'll tell you something. Go fuck your mother. Bing, pow.
Hey, Damian, what's crack-a-lackin', buddy?
Hey, Alberto, I was planning to do some sports this week. What about playing baseball?
Ooh, baseball. I love it. But I'm not sure yet. Can we touch base next week?
Touch base. Estamos en contacto, ¿no? Hablamos en algún momento. Yeah, okay. Let's touch base. Okay, what about basketball? Do you want to play basketball?
Oh, man, I love basketball. It's one of my favorite sports. But I don't know if I can this weekend because I've already got plans. Oh, man, that's the way the ball bounces.
That's the way the ball bounces. Así están las cosas, ¿no? Así bota la pelota. Así bota la pelota. That's the way the ball bounces. I love that expression. Okay, what about tennis? Do you want to play tennis?
Well, I love tennis, but I'm not really a good player. If you don't mind playing with a novice, the ball's in your court, buddy.
La bola está en mi campo, ¿eh? La pelota está en mi tejado. All right. Do you want to play some soccer?
Sure, I'd love to play some soccer or football, as you call it. What time do we kick off?
Perfect. We're kicking off at 9. Are you available?
Sure, but I might have to play some golf before with some friends. It's par for the course.
It's par for the course. Es lo normal, ¿no? Es lo normalito, lo que se hace.
Mhm.
Okay, what about billiards? Do you like playing billiards?
Yeah, but right now I'm behind the 8 ball.
I'm behind the 8 ball. Estás detrás de la bola 8, como que llevas las de perder.
Yeah, wow, a lot of idiomatic expressions here.
Muy buenas expresiones. Si es que así de gusto aprender inglés con un profe como Alberto y un poquito de creatividad, tienes This Book is the Shit. El mejor libro para aprender inglés que te has echado a la cara in your life. Píllatelo, vas a disfrutar mogollón de dibujos para que lo aprendas todo fácil, con conexiones lógicas y divertidas. Es la manera más sencilla y más divertida de aprender inglés. No te la pierdas.
Damián, you're such a good sport. Te enrollas. You can pick up your copy of This Book is the Shit at
Vaughantienda.com.
It's the Shit. That's right, folks. This book is the shit. Available at Vaughan Tienda, along with many other amazing materials. As you know, I've got 5 books, but the translation booklets, I highly recommend them because you'll have every structure you need to know in the language therein. Ahí dentro. Okay, so that's the translation booklet pocket. You've got my books as well. I always say my books are bathroom books. What does that mean? Well, they're books that you can leave in the bathroom and you can learn. You know, you don't have to read it from cover to cover, from start to finish. What you can do is read a little chapter, maybe read a couple little sections, read a cartoon. It's not a book that you have to like bringarte, as you say. You got to knuckle down and read it. It's supposed to be a fun read, a light read, but the best part is all the thousands of words that we show you in these books, in this trilogy, well, you'll remember them, right? Because we associate them. A lot of them are just a matter of saying, bueno, ¿cómo se dice etiqueta? Pues si el Johnny Walker red label tiene una etiqueta roja and the blue label tiene una etiqueta blanca y el white label tiene una etiqueta blanca, más claro agua, as you say in Spanish. So that's kind of what we teach you. A way to approach the world with that third eye, that English third eye wide open. All right? Okay, here's what I want from you in today's pop quiz. The first one, are you ready? We're starting really big here. It's a triple trouble. Yeah, triple trouble. Y eso no quita el double trouble, de luego. Tenemos que hacer las paces y recuperar la clase de maquillaje. That's a triple trouble. Te lo repito. Tenemos que hacer las paces y recuperar la clase de maquillaje. Now, I know what you're thinking. ¿Clase de maquillaje? I had one. No voy a decir mucho porque luego meto la pata y te lo digo en inglés. But yeah, I studied theater, Bellas Artes, teatro, and it was a fascinating class, actually. I remember. I really, at first I was like, oh, that doesn't sound like something I would like, but I had to take it. And then I was fascinated. So sometimes, you know, you gotta get carried away a little bit, no? Dejarte llevar un poco and just kind of, a lot of times we go, I'm not going to enjoy this. Well, how do you know? Go in there with an open mind. And it blew my mind. It was fascinating. Now that just shows you how important the teacher is. The teacher made the subject fascinating. All right, number 2. Now, you got to correct me if I'm wrong here. He intentado aquí en el español, entonces seguro que he metido la pata, pero vosotros, como te digo, sois mis profes también, so me vais a ayudar con esto, si lo he dicho mal. ¿Tendremos que arreglárnosla? Is that how you say? ¿Como apañarnos? Tendremos que arreglárnosla con estos bocadillos por ahora. Como que el restaurante está cerrado, pues tendremos que sobrevivir, arreglárnosla. ¿Me lo he inventado eso? Es que no sé si es el formato correcto ahí. Pero bueno, you gotta try. The same thing I tell you guys. Hay que intentar. Y si la cagas, Burlancaster, pues you have good students or teachers in your case now who can help you. So tendremos que arreglárnosla o apañarnos con estos bocadillos por ahora. Sobrevivir, right? Okay, and the last one, I'll give you a little free range on this. Sí, seguro que puedes pensar en alguien que está haciendo el tonto, ha hecho el tonto. Okay, I can think of many politicians, for example, if you need examples. I can think of many all over the world and on both sides of the spectrum, right? That hacen el tonto, right? So all of these have something in common. They have make or do in them, or both. The second one has both. I'll just tell you, bueno, ahí te lo dejo. Okay, so you've got 3 different challenges. Nothing different there. That's always the same. But that first one, triple trouble. So we've raised the bar a little bit today. Tenemos, la primera, te lo repito, tenemos que hacer las paces y recuperar la clase de maquillaje. Number 1. 3 veces usamos la misma palabra en esa. La segunda, tendremos que arreglárnosla, apañarnos con estos bocadillos por ahora. And the last one, hacer el tonto. Y puedes pensar en tu ejemplo perfecto. ¿Quién hace el tonto siempre? ¿O quién no? ¿O quién nunca? You can do it in the negative. Este nunca hace el tonto. Right? Again, you can be creative with that last one. The first 2 are a little bit limiting, but also I'm testing to see if you know different parts of make and do, different collocations, I should say. All right, let's warm up a little bit. Calentamos con unos cuantos. Okay, haz la cama. How would you say that? Do the bed or make the bed? Make the bed. You need to make the bed first thing in the morning, a primera hora. Okay, make your bed. También decimos en Estados Unidos, fix your bed. Did you fix your bed? Did you make your bed? No es el mismo verbo que arreglar, pero evidentemente no es arreglarlo con herramientas, right? Okay, what about this one? Yo haré el desayuno. Did you say I'll make the breakfast? El the me sobra. I'll make breakfast. Yo haré el desayuno. I'll make breakfast. You make the bed. Okay, deal. Let's make a deal. Tienes otro make. Ahora, también se acepta to do a deal. Este es uno de estos que los dos te valen. Cuando yo era chaval, yo siempre me acuerdo que la gente decía make a deal. Pero últimamente también oigo a la gente decir to do a deal. So, again, that's great. You can't go wrong. No fallas con esa. So, de hecho, era un programa de televisión. It was a game show, and it was called Let's Make a Deal. And I'm sure you had a Spanish version of that as well. Okay? Let's see. Hazme un favor. Do me a favor. Now, cuidado. No digas solo do me. Bueno, a no ser que quieres that someone fornicates with you. Well, do me. Do me tonight. Do me. Yeah, that's a little bit different. Okay? And make me is como un bully. What are you going to make me? ¿Me vas a forzar? I'm not doing it. You can't make me. Y no me puedes forzar. So that's make someone do something. And to do someone, I just told you, is a sexual meaning. Okay? But do me a favor. Well, that's fine. Okay, haz ejercicio. Do some exercise. We don't make exercise. I've heard that one. Esa la he oído bastantes veces, como el make business. So, do business, do exercise. Si en alguno te equivocas, acuérdate, esto es 50-50, right? 50% odds here. If you make a mistake, jot it down. And say, esta la tengo que practicar y en voz alta. Okay, hice un esfuerzo. I made an effort. Suena como Iron Maiden cuando lo juntamos. I made an effort. ¿Qué es la pregunta que nos lleva a eso? ¿Hiciste un esfuerzo? Did you? Tú puedes decir did you, pero yo no lo diría así. Yo como nativo diría, did you make an effort? Y eso viene de did ya, pero el ya lo convertimos a ya. Did you make an effort? Yeah, I made an effort. Okay, otra vez, una cosa es lo que pone en la página y otra cosa es cómo sale esos sonidos de nuestra boca, que no tienen nada que ver en inglés. Ok, a ella le cuesta hacer amigos. She has trouble, or she has difficulty, mucha sílaba, she has trouble making friends, or it's hard for her to make friends. She has trouble making friends. And doing friends, that's not a good idea if you want to continue to be friends. Me pillas, no? If you do your friends, well, now you've just added another element to your friendship there. And we all know usually two people don't have the same idea. And then, well, you can ruin a good friendship by doing your friends. So it's better to just make friends. All right. Hice una promesa. I made a promise. I made a promise. Okay. Another way to say promise is a vow. And be careful, please. You don't know how many times I've heard people say promise. No, te lo digo miles. So right now, I want you to raise your right hand and promise. Say, I solemnly swear, yo juro, I promise that I will never say promise again. Okay, good. Bueno, ya hey guys, you already swore. Now you can't go back on your word there. So no quiero volver a oír promise, sino you got it. Promise. Okay. No voy a hacer negocios con ellos. I'm not going to do business or make business. Eso es, to do business. I'm not going to do business with them. I refuse, me niego. I refuse, eso ya es el infinitivo, esa estructura. I refuse to do business with them. Bueno, he oído mucha gente decir, I refuse doing business. No, I refuse to do business with them. Okay, creo que te lo estás inventando. Esta se usa siempre. I think, I believe, I reckon, tres formas de expresar esta idea. You're making it up. Fíjate, me como la G. ¿Por qué? Porque soy americano, nos comemos la G. You're making it up. You're making it up. Pero otra vez, esa G es difícil meterla cuando está en medio de una frase. Si yo digo la palabra making, a lo mejor ahí sí, pero ya cuando tiene algo después, es incómodo meter la G. Por eso lo quitamos, no porque somos vagos. Es like, ¿qué? Making it up. Y ese G es una unería de todas formas con el it. Are you making get up? Are you making get up? Pero suavizamos esa G. De hecho, ni lo decimos. En nuestra cabeza lo estamos diciendo, oye. Okay. So, ¿te lo estás inventando? Are you making it up? I think you're making it up. We looked at this one too. Estás haciendo una montaña de un grano de arena. You're making a mountain out of a molehill. You're making a mountain out of a molehill. All right. Let's see. How would you say, ¿cómo te lo puedo compensar? Esta es frase hecha, realmente. ¿Cómo te lo puedo compensar? ¿No? Hiciste algo y te sientes mal. You feel bad about it. Right? Remember, feel bad es culpable. No es que tienes dolores. That means I don't feel well. I don't feel well, no me encuentro bien. I feel bad, hice algo que no tenía que haber hecho o dicho. Okay? So, what can I do to make it up to you? To make it up to someone. I want to make up for what I said. So how can I make it up to you? And hopefully we can recuperar el tiempo perdido. Did you get that one? We can make up for lost time. Frase hecha. We can make up for lost time. How would you say this one? Siempre supe que iba a triunfar. Él o ella, whatever. I always knew she was going to make it. Eso no es fabricarlo. Eso no es cocinarlo. Eso es triunfar cuando es a secas así. I always knew she was going to make it. Y lo oímos en la canción de New York, if I can. Dilo tú. Make it there. Ahí está diciendo no cocinarlo. Que puede ser, we don't have dinner. I'll make it. En ese caso sí. Pero otra vez, volvemos a lo de siempre. Pay attention. Contexto es todo. All right? All right, let's go on over here and see what our students have come up with. There's Chris Valrol checking in. Hello, Chris. Great to have you on board with all your energy. And she says, morning show with no namers. A fantastic time awaits us. No doubt about it. And you know what? With that attitude, that's the only way we can go with this. I love it, Chris. Always bringing a little positivity to the show. Speaking of positive people, there she is, Laura. She says, good morning, lovely show with no namers. The day you stop learning, you start dying. All I'm going to say is amen. Absolutely. You're done. You know, because when we're kids, we think, oh, we got to know it all. Well, no, you don't. First, nobody likes a know-it-all. A nadie le cae bien un sábelo-todo, ¿no? Well, actually, se llama un cuñado in Spanish, right? En español, el que lo sabe todo. Y lo digo, I say it in air quotes. El que lo sabe todo es el cuñado, right? And who likes a cuñado? I mean, I have nothing against my brother-in-law. Either one of them. But you get it. It's got that thing of, oh, here we go with this guy who knows everything again. So it's not even attractive to look like you know everything, because we all know you don't. You know, we're all adults. We know how it works. You act like you know what's going on, but you really don't. You know, I tell my daughter sometimes, I'm like, honey, I wish I knew all the answers to everything, but like you, I'm learning too. She goes, but you're an adult. I go, well, adults don't stop learning. We're constantly learning and making mistakes. And so it's everybody. It's not just kids. And we learn that the real people who make progress in life, not just with their English, are the people who learn from their mistakes, from their hardships, sus dificultades. So, and I know those people are Chris, Laura, also their classmate, Born to Iron Man, who's on board and ready to rock as well. A pie del cañón. He says, hiya, folks. Good morning, sunshine. Good day, sunshine. Let's seize the day and make every minute count. Te doy un totally native por ese carpe diem, to seize the day, to seize the day. All right, let's see. Born to Iron Man also has something to say about our Say What soundbite. And he says, you can listen to a person telling the F. Okay, so te voy a hacer, you can hear. ¿Por qué? Porque te lo he puesto. So you're listening. Es raro ponerlo con listen to. So yo usaría siempre, I heard, oí, or I can hear, I could hear, right? So you can hear a F person saying, en vez de telling, porque puedes decir telling people, pero como no lo has puesto así, saying the F word, en vez de the word F sería the F word, al revés, okay? So Born to Iron Man, te hago un par de cambios aquí. You can hear a F person, a fucking person, saying the F word, diciendo la palabra F-U-C-K. In times, muchas veces. All right. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Chris Valrol has got some observations from that audio clip, and she says, I heard an American man. He's telling an anecdote to his buddies. Absolutely. He told someone he was going to tell him something. Maybe rat on someone, en vez de something. Maybe rat on someone, chivarse, ser un soplón. Because he's a mob. Well, careful, he's in the mob. He's a mobster, pero muy bien. Así practicamos, ¿no? Usamos el vocabulario. So he's in the mob. He's in the mafia. It's another word. Mob is a synonym. And mafioso is a synonym for mobster. Okay, a mobster. So maybe rat on someone because he's a mobster. He is absolutely a mobster. And he also mentions someone's holy mother. Yeah. La madre que le parió. I love that one in Spanish. Great, Chris. Absolutely. Definitely a mobster. And he's sharing an anecdote with his mobster buddies. And in a vulgar fashion, right? All right, let's see. Yeah, well, this movie's not for kids. I'll tell you that right now. there's violence and guns and blood, and yeah, it's not for kids. Again, that's there are movies. I love what Martin Scorsese said. He said, "How can I make a mafia movie without violence? Like, hello, how do we tell that story?" You know, so it's if you're telling the story of a prison, you're telling the story of a prison. You're telling the story of, a unicorn factory. Well, that's different, But in this case, you're telling the story of street life. So it's not refined, right? It's very crude, if you will. So yes, absolutely. Let's see, Laura. Laura says, I heard a clip from an American movie in which a foul-mouthed man, small but tough, is boasting in front of his friends about the fact of having insulted someone. Yes, great vocabulary. Foul-mouthed, mal hablado. Foul-mouthed. To boast. To boast is another way of saying to brag, to say, look at me, look at me. All right, well, folks, we have to take a quick commercial break. We've got tons more to do. We're going to check your pop quiz answers in just a moment. Plus, we've got so much more up ahead. Homophones, Double Trouble, Name That Movie, Name That Lyric, and so much more. So stick around. Welcome back, folks. Welcome back. This is the second half of today's show. Thank you so much for joining us, for playing, for laughing. It's gonna be an awesome hour up ahead. And again, we've got so many students participating and playing along with us. It's great. Again, I say this often, but it's true. You folks, vosotros, you are an inspiration to us as well. I know we inspire you to learn English, blah, 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 and we thank you. It's amazing. But you guys also inspire us, and we've talked about this several times when we get together. It's not just me. We've got something special, something special. Oh, yeah. And don't forget, if you have the Vaughn Radio app, you can even go to sleep listening to English. You can dream in English. Just leave it on in the background. Yeah, why not? I know some people need absolute silence to sleep, and other people need to hear something. It's interesting. Some people need, a really dark environment, and other people, they don't mind. They can sleep in a lit room. Una habitación muy ilumbrada. So, hey, different strokes for different folks. Para gustos los colores. All right. Why don't we kick things off with a challenge? This is a challenge where we look at words that might be a bit confusing. And we will demystify these words and make sure you know them and all of their meanings. What words am I talking about? I'm talking about homophones on the show with no name.
Homophones on the show with no name. It's homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. Homophones on the show with no name. Cause homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. 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 The show with no show with no show with no name. The show with no name.
All right, folks, the ball's in your court. The ball's in your court. Well, I guess this has something to do with tennis then, right? Well, maybe. Well, it has to do with tennis and many other things. Like many of the words we look at here, it's a rich word. Rich word is what I call, esto no viene en ningún diccionario. A rich word is what I call una palabra con chicha. No, that you can really, really learn a lot of different uses of a word, especially a word like give up, give in, give out, give over. O sea, ya con los phrasal verbs, get is another rich word. Get has thousands of uses depending on how you see the word get. So get used to it. All right, the first word, well, in tennis, it's a perfect hit. It's a perfect serve. Okay, it goes into the opponent's court and comes out, and they don't touch it. You say as. It also is, if you play cards, well, it's a card, un as. It also means a person. If we talk about a person, you say the same thing, un hacha, un máquina, right? Un crack. So that's another use of it. They used to use it in aviation too, como piloto de caza, pero no tanto. De hecho, hay uno que se llama the flying aces. Si lo has visto, hay un parche. Ok, saque directo en tenis, experto, crack, yeah. Also, back in the day, ya no tanto. Pero bueno, es bueno que lo entiendas si alguien lo usa. And it's guay. Ok, pero esto es más de la generación de mi madre. Guay, chévere, pues genial. No, it would be that. But again, we don't use it like that. Also, un as en la manga, like you. Well, we've got the expression as well. Tener un as en la manga. You say bajo la manga. It's interesting because we say up. Ahora lo vemos. We'll look at all the different uses of that word. All right. I know you know the word. And the second one is the plural of the first letter of the alphabet. So A, B, C, pues la A. Pero quiero que me des AES. O sea, no una A, sino AES. ¿No? Hay dos AES en mi nombre, por ejemplo. Okay, that would be a good example of it in context. So the first word, as, hemos dicho que tiene muchos significados y las veremos. And the second one, the plural of the first letter of the alphabet. So no una A, sino dos AES. AES. Did I say that right? AES, ¿no? Añades una E cuando es plural. Dos Rs. Bueno, ese ya tiene E. Dos Ts. No es dos Ts, es dos Ts, right? See, hey, remember, you're my teacher. So if you guys hear me say something wrong, I appreciate it. Hey, I'll take note. Of course I will. All right. Let's see what we've got over here. We've got, nobody has written it down yet. Well, I'll tell you what. In the meantime, we've got a lot of people who are taking a stab at our pop quiz. So we'll take a look at that, and that'll give you a little extra time to see if you can figure out today's homophone challenge. We've got Vero joining us. Hello, Vero. Great to have you on board. She says, good morning. Beautiful show with no-namers around the universe and beyond. Talking about somebody who always brings a little positivity to the table. Great to have you with us, Vero. All right, Laura. Laura's got the triple trouble here. Let's see, Laura. Let's see if you pulled it off. Una frase que vimos la semana pasada, lograr algo, right? Pull it off. Let's see. She says we have to make up and make up the makeup class. Yes. So we have to make up, hacer las paces, and make up, recuperar, the makeup class, la clase de maquillaje. Wow. And if not, I'll make it up to you. No, I'll make it up to you. We learned before. We said, make it up to somebody. So if you did something, I'm sorry I canceled. I'll make it up to you next time. Okay. So excellent, Laura. That is a triple trouble. We have to make up. Ahora, una forma también graciosa de decirlo es kiss and make up. No, daos un beso y haz las patas, right? Will you two stop arguing and kiss and make up already? Okay. So excellent job, Laura. Also, Laura got today's Say What soundbite. Wow. Laura, you are on fire. Somebody slept well last night. She is sharp today on the ball. Let's see. She also is giving us the other two that I gave you, arreglárnosla and hacer el tonto. Okay, so the second one, she says, we'll have to make do with these sandwiches for now. Absolutely. We'll have to make do. Okay, to make do. Eso es una vez que podemos usar las dos. To make do. We'll have to make do with these sandwiches for now. También se puede decir for the time being. Esto es muy nativo. Nativos no sé por qué, lo usamos siempre. Pero es otra forma de decir por ahora, por el tiempo siendo. For the time being. Another way to express for now. Excellent job, Laura. And the last one, stop making a fool out of yourself. Pues yo lo diría, voy a mirar si se dice así también, but I would always say it without the out. You're making a fool of yourself. Let's see, a ver. Vamos a ponerlo. Lo voy a poner copiando y pegando como tú. To make a fool out of. Bueno, alguien pregunta, to make a fool out of myself. Bueno, mira, Cambridge. Mira, Laura, we're going to give it to you. Cambridge tiene an entry here on Google que pone make a fool out is in brackets and of someone. So esto tienes dos opciones, según Cambridge, ¿eh? Ahora, yo diría, stop making a fool of yourself. Okay? Pero también se puede decir, stop making a fool out of yourself. O sea, con el out o sin el out, te vale. Excellent job, Laura. Let's see. Born to Iron Man. He says, we need to make up and make up the makeup class. Yes. The next one, we'll have to make do with these sandwiches for now. Perfect. And the last one, stop messing around and start to study, please. Okay, to mess around. Yeah, to mess around. Sí, puedes decir hacer el tonto, como hacer el ganso. Okay, good. We'll take it. All right. Chris says we need to make up and make up the makeup class. Absolutely. We'll have to make do with these snacks for now. And the last one, he always makes a fool of himself. Siempre hace el tonto, el payaso. All right, let's see. Vero says we have to make up and make up the makeup class. Perfect. The next one, we'll have to make do with these sandwiches for now. Excellent. Stop making a fool and behave like the adult you are. Stop making a fool of yourself. No, nos falta el of yourself. So stop making a fool of yourself. Añadimos, and behave like the adult you are. Excellent job. Wow, so many people participating. Really, guys, wonderful. Let's see, Chris. Chris says, I agree with Scorsese in part. Roberto Benigni was able to make an amazing and beautiful flick set against the backdrop of war and the Holocaust. Right. Well, that's what I mean. I mean, movies, books, they tell stories, and stories aren't always beautiful, right? Stories are sometimes bloody. In fact, history, quita stories, la historia en sí. You know, how do you tell the story of the Second World War without, I mean, if you're not showing the amount of casualties, bajas, you're kind of underselling it, what it was. So sure, it's part of storytelling. And usually the stories that are the most popular aren't the happy-go-lucky ones, are the ones, Saving Private Ryan, which that's a hard movie to watch. The first 40 minutes is just bloody battle, right? So yes, but that's a great movie. And he also you got to ask yourself, who's your audience? If you're making a movie for children, well, then you're going to use a different standard there. But if you're making a movie for adults, 17-year-old and up, well, you don't have to really hold back. Most adults are familiar with vulgar language by that age. And also, I imagine just like, you buy a video game called Grand Theft Auto. You rob cars. That's the objective of the game. You work for mobsters, right? And when people are like, I can't believe it's so gruesome. It's like, Did you read the title? Es robo de coches, se llama. Or, these movies, it's clearly a movie that's bloody. And so, yeah, there's a place for them. They tell a story as well. But it all depends on what kind of stories you want to tell and to what audiences, right? There's German checking in. What's up, buddy? And German says, morning, guys. And he says, what did the self-made actress say before the play? I'll have to make do with this makeshift makeup. Oh, well. You need another cup of coffee for you, German. Get this man a cup of coffee. Makeshift. Me gusta la palabra que has usado. Makeshift is, pues, improvisado. So very funny. I love it, German. Always playing with words. All right, let's see. We've got some students now participating in today's homophones. Born to Iron Man is the first one, and he gives us the words correctly, as always. Good job, buddy. And he says they sound alike. Vero says they're homophones to me. Chris says they're homophones, I'd say. So right now it's unanimous. Born to Iron Man, Vero, Chris Valrol, German. Let's see. I didn't read German's, but German, let's see if he agrees with them. He says and are not homophones. Just my opinion. Ooh, this is getting very interesting here. So 3 students are saying, yeah. And German in Mexico is saying, Well, let's find out.
Common mistake. People is. Is a very common mistake I correct in class. Students say people is working too much. But people is plural, so we say people are working too much. Another example, people are unhappy with the situation. Small corrections like this instantly improve how professional someone sounds. Understanding this helps professionals prepare better and feel more confident, exactly what we work on in the Executive Master.
All right, folks, if you want more information about the Executive Master at Vaughan, you can reach out to us on social media. Also, our website, grupovaughan.com. Also, remember, you don't need an appointment. I mean, they might tell you, oh, well, this afternoon we're really busy, but you can always stop by, pásate, if you're in Madrid, Barcelona, Bilbao, Vigo, Valladolid, Valencia, Santander, or Zaragoza. We have offices there, and we'd love to meet you. Nos encantaría conocerte en persona. All right, let's take a look then over here. As I said earlier, this is disputed here, today's homophones or not. Well, we'll clear this up in 1 second. You want me to just say both words? Okay. She's an ace. She's an, porque es an, no, el artículo delante. She's an ace, and she has 2 A's in her name. Lo repito. She's an ace, and she has 2 A's in her name. Ace, A's. Ace, A's. Are they homophones? No, they're not. Great job. Wow. German knocking it out of the park in our homophone section. Well, now you guys know. Ace es ese. Sonido ese. He's an ace. Como serpiente. And he always gets A's, sobresalientes, en inglés en A. He always gets A's, suena más como Z. No digo la Z española, sino la Z en inglés. So excellent job, and, well, take note. Now we know. All right, it's time to move on to Wacky World Records.
Wacky World Records. These are the wackiest records in the whole wide world.
Whoa, calm down, down, boy. All right, well, today's Wacky World Records, if you haven't figured it out yet, has something to do with horses. That's right. That's right. All right. Well, folks, let's take a look at some records held by horses. The first one is Winning Brew. That's the name. Okay. Mezcla ganadora. Brew is a mix of things. So Winning Brew and the top speed. Are you ready? This is the fastest horse right now at the time of the recording of this. The horse that runs the fastest, named Winning Brew, again, take a guess how fast. I'll give you in miles and kilometers. 70.76, so casi 71 kilómetros por hora. What? Yeah, that is fast. That is around 44 miles per hour. So that's about cars. The speed limit on many roads in the United States is 55. So just do the math there. Whoa. So 70, around 71 kilometers per hour. Winning Brew, the fastest horse on the planet. Then we've got the highest jump, el que salta más alto. And this horse's name is Huaso. Huaso con H. And how high do you think this horse can jump? Vais a flipar. Almost 2.5 meters. 2.47 meters high. Okay? Yeah, that's over all of us. I don't know anybody who's that tall. So almost 2.5 meters. This horse, Huaso, can jump. In feet, that's 8 feet. So that's like 2 people, basically. 8 feet and an inch or so. That's 2 people. The oldest horse, Old Billy. That's an appropriate name. I wonder if he was called Young Billy when he was younger. Well, this horse is 62 years old. Now, as we know, a lot of times animals live shorter lives than humans if you look at cats or dogs. The tallest horse? All right. Now, they did this one in hands, in manos. So I want you to imagine 21 hands. 21 manos. That is the tallest horse, and that's 220 centimeters. 220 centímetros. Is that tall? Yeah. And the smallest horse, Bombell. So Samson is the tallest. Bombell is 56.7 centimeters. So there you go, my amigos. Awesome stuff. That's a little record there, a couple records that have to do with horses. But we need to change gears because it's time for our spelling bee.
Spelling bee. Spelling bee. Spelling bee. Spelling bee. Spelling bee.
All right, folks, here we go. This is your spelling bee. And right now, it's time for round 1. Are you folks ready? Here we go. I'm going to fly through it. Number 1, DAVIS space CUP. The next one is INTER. NATIONAL space TENNIS space FEDERATION. The third one is 126 space YEARS space AGO. The fourth one is 155 space NATIONS. The fifth one is 32 space TITLES space USA. And the last one is DWIGHT space F period space DAVIS. Even I can't go that fast, folks, without making mistakes. All right. Let's see. Did anybody get them? The ball's in your court now. Para usar la expresión de tenis. The ball is in your court. I just gave you round 1. If not, I'm going to give you round 2 momentarily, but obviously it's got something to do with tennis. There's kind of a tennis thread going on here today. Well, I don't mean to make a racket. A racket es una raqueta, pero también un escándalo. Mucho ruido. What is that racket? We're always playing with words here. All right, going once, going twice. Anybody? All right, here is round 2, amigos. Oh, Born to Iron Man. Hang on. The first one is correct. The second one is correct. The third one is correct. The fourth one's correct. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your classmate, Born to Spelling Bee. Great job, buddy. All right, here's round 2. The first one is DAVIS space CUP space INTERNATIONAL, toma palabra, space TENNIS space FEDERATION. The next one is the number 126 space YEARS space AGO. The fourth one is 155 space NATIONS. The fifth one is 32 space TITLES space USA. And the last one is DWIGHT space F period space DAVIS. All right, folks, we are off to our final, I can't believe it, our final commercial break. And boy, do we have a lot of stuff to cover in the fourth part of today's show. So, if I were you folks, I wouldn't even think of going anywhere. And I want you to say it with me in 3, 2, 1. Stick around. Yeah, welcome back, folks. Welcome back. I just shared something with you. Remember I told you I visited a friend's TV program recently? Well, if you want to watch, hey, and by the way, I speak Spanish most of the time, so you can help me. I just shared the link here in our virtual classroom. If you want to search for it on your own, it's Déjate de Historias TV. And the name of the show is Historias por Contar with my friend Maria Jose. And again, we talk a little bit about artificial intelligence and its implications in language learning, naturally. So check it out. If not, just to see how well I make do in Spanish. Hemos visto antes apañarse, ¿no? Sobrevivir. I think I did okay. If I have to do a self-assessment or evaluation, assessment es, bueno, piénsalo, asesorar, assessment, toma. Nunca me había fijado. Yeah, if we do an assessment, we assess your English. That's what happens when you do a level test. By the way, if you want a free level test, you can get it at grupovon.com. Contact us, or you can stop by in person. Oh, yeah. All right, folks. What have we got to do? Well, I think we're going to kick off with a little challenge we call Triple Trouble. But what? Are you kidding me? We already saw Triple Trouble. Well, then today you get 2 for the price of 1.
Double trouble, baby. Yeah, you know what time it is.
Give it up. 2, 3.
Double trouble.
Come on, baby, baby. Triple trouble. Triple trouble. I said triple.
Double trouble. I said double. Double trouble.
All right, my amigos. It is a triple trouble. We've already looked at one with the word make up, which, as we saw, it could have been a quadruple trouble. Well, I'm not making it up. Ahí tienes otro uso. No me lo estoy inventando. All right, here we go. Para el carro. Lo que es espera. Para el carro. No dejan de hacer payasadas. El tonto. Esta gente, ¿no? Esta gente no dejan de hacer payasadas o hacer el tonto. Lo oí de primera mano. Okay? So you got to use the same word 3 times. In 2 of the cases, it's idiomatic expressions, and in another one, it's a phrasal verb. But I'll give you a clue. I already gave you one. All right. Ahí lo tienes. So, para el carro, barra espera. Estos no dejan de hacer payasadas. El tonto. Lo oí de primera mano. All right, that's your triple trouble. You have to use the same word 3 times. I know someone is going to get it. There's no doubt in my mind. Also, I'm going to give you the Say What soundbite now. This is the 4th and final listen. Laura got it already. And as I said, this is from one of my favorite movies ever. Here goes the last time.
So what are you going to tell us, tough guy? I said, my usual. 0, nothing. I tell you, the fuck. He said, no, you're going to tell me something today, tough guy. I said, all right, I'll tell you something. Go fuck your mother. Bing, pow.
Listen carefully. Can you hear that? No. Listen closer. I'm not talking about the birds chirping. I'm talking about everybody speaking English and feeling comfortable. Listen. This is what it's like at Vaughntown, a peaceful place where you can really learn English and lose your inhibitions. There's a reason it's one of our star programs. Vaughntown, lose your fear of speaking English. If you want more information about this immersive experience, go to grupovon.com or give us a call, 911-385831. Lose your fear of speaking English and express yourself with clarity at Vaughntown. That's right, folks. If you want more information about this groundbreaking initiative, it's Vaughntown, and you can get more information at grupovaughn.com. Also, if you're following us on social media. All right, let's see what we've got over here. Laura is participating in our second. So this will be her second triple trouble that she has figured out so far today. Thus far, para usarlo de antes. And she says, hold your horses. Hasta ahora bien. So far, so good. Hold your horses. They won't stop horsing around. I heard it from the horse's mouth. Yes. Perfect. Hold your horses means relax. Hang on 1 second. Hold your horses. Piensa, el carro, pues vosotros decís el carro, nosotros los caballos. No, they're connected, right? If you think about it. So even though the expressions are different, are they? If you think about it, the horse and carriage, well, then you're saying para el carro, and we're saying para lo que es los caballos. So hold your horses. And then the second part is they won't stop horsing around. Yeah, to horse around is hacer payasadas. I think of young boys. Girls do it too, but boys are just always horsing around. Haciendo el bruto, you could also say as well. So they won't stop horsing around. And then she says, I heard it straight. Well, bueno, yo acabo de añadir straight porque también se dice con straight. Entonces puedes decir, I heard it from the horse's mouth, o también, I heard it straight from the horse's mouth. Excellent job, Laura. Also, Vero, Germán, Born to Iron Man, Chris Valrol. Wow. Are you kidding me? That's incredible there. Let's see if they all look right. Vero, hold your horses. They won't stop horsing around. I heard it from the horse's mouth. Perfecto. Germán, hold your horses. They don't stop horsing around. Yo tenía en mente, they won't. I heard it from the horse's mouth. Muy bien. Born to Iron Man. Hold your horses. They won't stop the horseplay. Muy bien. Otra forma de decirlo. Piénsalo. Same idea. I heard it straight. Mira. Y Born to Iron Man nos puso straight from the horse's mouth, que también, como acabo de decir muchas veces, se emplea en esta estructura. And Chris Valrol said, hold your horses. They don't stop. They won't stop horsing. Typo. Horsing around. I heard it straight from the horse's mouth. Excellent job to all of you. That's the second triple trouble on today's show. All right, let's take a look at our tennis words as well. That obviously had something to do with tennis. And if you didn't know it before, I guess you would have figured it out with our sound effect there. But let's see. We said Born to Iron Man got it. Who else got it? Wow, guys, a lot of participation today. This is fantastic. Born to Iron Man. I see yours twice. Born to Iron Man. I don't know what happened there. But I do see it twice. So you decide, he's like, I'm going to give it to you twice, man. Why not? Vero, Laura, Chris, wow, and wow. Excellent job to all of our spelling bee players today. Yes, it had to do with tennis. Well, we already looked at the word ace, right? Also, to ace an exam. No vimos este uso. And to ace it means aprobar con facilidad. You aced it. No, si eres un as, piensa, it kind of makes sense there, right? So why did we choose this tennis vocabulary here today? Well, because in the year 1900, the Davis Cup was established. That's right, today in 1900. So that is a lot. I didn't realize that it had been around for so long. So number one was naturally the name of the tournament, the Davis Cup. Number two, the people who sponsor it, the people who organize it every year or hold it, celebrarlo, the International Tennis Federation. It started 126 years ago. Hasta ahí llego con la matemática. 126 years ago. Currently, there are 155 nations participating. So number three was 126 years ago. That's when it started in 1900. The current competitors that we'll see, 155 nations. Number 5 was the country that won it the most, and that was 32 titles won by the United States of America. And last but not least, the guy it was named after, Dwight F. Davis. And, well, Dwight F. Davis, he's a tennis player and politician. And, well, he is best remembered as the founder of this, even though he had a political career as well. I would say this is more his legacy. So excellent job to all of our show with no namers. So many people got it. Wow. Excellent job, folks. I'll tell you what, as a reward, como recompensa, I'll take you guys to the movies. Name that movie. That's right, my amigos. We've got it over here. This is today's Name That Movie. I think you might recognize the movie, okay? So let's see. Let's see if you recognize it or not. As always, don't worry if you don't know it, because I will give it to you, or usually Chris Valrol knows it. So here we go. Romance blooms between two tricentenarians in Arrested Development. An avid toy collector who is the dark horse. Horse? What? We looked at that. We looked at that momentarily. I mean, moments ago in our Triple Trouble. So an avid toy collector who is the dark horse of his family and a depressed woman on the rebound. Okay, let's unpack it. So romance blooms. Orlando blooms. Florecer. Romance blooms between two tricentenarians. Nadie dice esa palabra. We say 30-somethings, FYI. In Arrested Development, que se han quedado atrapado, no? If you're in Arrested Development, it means that you're not really making progress. We talked about it before, kind of when you stop learning or you have some kind of stunted growth or even a mental handicap, right? Which can be also another reason for that. An avid toy collector, avid is muy, right? I'm an avid film buff. That means I really love it. So an avid toy collector who is the dark horse. Now, do you say the same thing? This is a Katy Perry song, too. Are you ready for the perfect storm, hermético, right? Tapado, right? So everybody has a dark horse in the family, a dark horse, and a depressed woman, deprimida, naturalmente, on the rebound. Now, I know what you're thinking. ¿Tiene que ver con baloncesto? No. In this case, on the rebound means she just had a breakup. Acaba de tener una ruptura. So she is on the rebound. We say de rebote. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for your classmate, Chris Valrol. The movie is called Dark Horse. And have you seen it? Tell me, yay or nay? Oh, no, calla. Oh, no. No? Did you get it? Yay or nay es como se votaba en aquel entonces, ¿no? Sí o no, los que están en contra. But also nay is what a horse does. Relinchar, relincho, nay. Se escribe como neighbor, ¿no? Si quitas la B-O-R de neighbor. Nay. So have you seen it? Yay or nay? Horses are naysayers. Oh my God, otra. Y no es tiempo de chistes todavía. A naysayer es alguien que siempre dice que no a todo, que no va a funcionar. Estás diciendo no siempre, right? Negative person, a naysayer. But also, nay en el otro se escribe N-A-Y, pero es homófono para nay. All right. Bad jokes, but hey, now you know, a horse neighs, and a horse is a naysayer. So yes, the movie is called Dark Horse. It came out in 2011, directed by Todd Solondz, and, well, it has Christopher Walken in it, Selma Blair, among others. All right, let's take a look at the scene that I've chosen here from Dark Horse. Abe says, "We are all horrible people. Todos somos gente horrible. Humanity is a fucking cesspool." Cloaca. We say cesspool. Humanity's a fucking cesspool. People look in the mirror every fucking day and lie to themselves. Se mienten a ellos mismos. Saying they're good or caring or loving. But deep down, not so deep down, they only care about themselves. People treat you like shit every fucking day. And then they act like other people are shit. So they get a pet, una mascota, that's all cute and cuddly. Cute, mono, cuddly es para chucharle. But even an animal knows the hard, primal truth. It is all about what you want. And if there's any kindness or generosity, it only comes after being well fed, que te han dado bien de comer, having good sex, or knowing that you weren't wiped out, no, aniquilado, wiped out like all the other suckers, mamones, pringados, on Wall Street. So there you go, full of great vocabulary. It's Dark Horse. And now it's time for your joking.
Thank you. Okay, what did the guy say when he walked into the bar? Ouch! Ouch! You get it? Ouch! He walked into the bar. You're joking.
That's right, amigos, you're joking. And you know what? I figured, why don't we stick with some horses? Now, the first joke I'm going to tell you is a joke that every single person in the English language knows. Why? Es una de estas que te enseñan de pequeño. Okay, so let's see if you know it. A horse walks into a bar, and the bartender said, a ver si te lo sabes. Fill in the blank. Esta es un clásico, ¿no? Este. So a horse walks into a bar, and the bartender says, "Why the long face?" No. Well, if you have a long face, it means you're sad. Why the long face? Porque estás triste, right? But a horse has a long face. It's a classic. Bueno, si no sabías ahora, ya sabes. Si alguien está triste, le puedes preguntar, "Why the long face?" So you get it? Horse walks into a bar. The bartender says, "Why the long face?" Porque tienes la cara larga. Porque estás triste. All right. What disease are horses most scared of getting? What disease are horses most scared of getting? Hay fever. Hay fever? No. Hay es paja o heno. And hay fever is an allergy to pollen in the air. You can say I'm allergic to pollen, pero es mucho más normal decir, oh, it's hay fever season. No, la fiebre del polen, del heno. So, de hecho, aquí pone fiebre del heno. I've never heard that. I've always heard in Spanish, alergia al polen. So, do you get it now? Well, horses eat hay. De hecho, cuando alguien te dice, hey, ¿sabes lo que decimos? Como en vez de decirte por tu nombre, you say, yeah, hay is for horses. A mí no me vengas con hay. Oye. O sea, porque hay, H-E-Y, suena como H-A. And there you go, folks. Those are your jokes. But right now, it's time for a horse of a different color, harina de otro costal, because it's time for famous birthday trivia.
Famous birthdays for you. Famous birthdays for me. Famous birthdays for everyone on the show with no name.
That's right, amigos. It is an excellent moment here to celebrate some birthdays. All right, let's see if you know who today's birthday boys and girls are. Number one, she was he. I said she because he has a female name, a name that is generally reserved for females. But no, this male, Baron, is an English singer, songwriter, and bass player with a female name. Hey, listen, everybody does what they want in life. I guess his parents said, we're going to give him a female name, que también significa acebo. Ooh, there you go. Well, how would you know this guy? He's the lead vocalist of Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Do you know that one? Relax, don't do it when you wanna come do it. Relax, don't do it when you wanna come. Now, they've got other songs, but that's the only one I know. Number two, this actress was born today in 1945. She is an extremely talented, actress. She was in a relationship, a marriage with Woody Allen. Well, I guess we all can't be perfect there. But she's been in so many of his movies as well. She was in A Midsummer Night Sex Comedy, The Purple Rose of Cairo, Alice. She was also in Dark Horse. Dark Horse? You mean today's name, that movie? Yep. The Omen, The Omen is El Presagio. The Omen. And, she's been around. She's been in the business for ages. And another guy who's been in the business, show business for ages, is our third actor today. And he's an actor who has collaborated with Martin Scorsese quite a bit in Raging Bull, Goodfellas, Uno de los Nuestros, Casino, The Irishman, Once Upon a Time in America, JFK. Well, those other ones are not so he hasn't only done movies with Martin Scorsese, but man, he's been in Lethal Weapon, My Cousin Vinny, he was in as well, and he actually even has an album where he sings. Now I've never heard it, but it's called Vincent LaGuardia Gambini Sings Just for You. Now that's not his name. All right, we've got a winner, folks. Chris va roll. Number one, Holly Johnson. Number two, actress Mia Farrow. And number three, Joe Pesci. And that's going to bring us right over to today's Say What soundbite. This is Joe Pesci in Goodfellas, in Uno de los Nuestros. And again, this is one of my favorite movies of all time. And this is one of my favorite scenes of that movie. And it turns out a lot of it was improvised. Martin Scorsese is known for letting his actors kind of, you guys, this is the situation. Let's just film and see what happens. And he's talking about a guy who wanted to take him into jail. And he said, if you don't give me information, I'm going to take you into jail. So he tells the guy, F yourself, go F your mother. And the guy beats him up. Le pega una paliza. So he says, he's waking up again. He's coming around. Está cogiendo la conciencia de nuevo. And he says, so what are you going to tell us, tough guy? ¿Qué nos vas a contar? Tío Duro aquí. And he goes, my usual, zero, nothing. What will I tell you? Fuck. ¿Qué te voy a contar a ti? Joder. He said, no, you're going to tell me something today, tough guy. No, hoy sí que me vas a decir algo. And he goes, I said, all right, I'll tell you something. Go fuck your mother. Pow, ping. Viene de que le dio otra paliza. So it's a famous scene from Goodfellas with birthday boy Joe Pesci.
So what are you going to tell us, tough guy? I said, my usual, zero, nothing. I tell you, the fuck. He said, no, you're going to tell me something today, tough guy. I said, all right, I'll tell you something. Go fuck your mother. Bing, pow.
All right, folks, excellent job. I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. I hope you learned. And I hope you are ready to relax. Don't do it when you want to come to it. I know you know it. Sing along with me. And stay tuned, because up next, you've got Ale in Speaking with Confidence. Thank you so much, everybody. And we'll be back tomorrow with more. Ciao for now. When you want to come.